Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you about users in the Tangram app. So what are users? Users are the accounts on your platform. So when you create a Tangram app, by default, you will always have a users table. In the default nav, you can view it by clicking the users link. If you have a custom nav on your platform, there will always by default be a link to users if we've set up your platform on your behalf. And when you click that link, you'll be brought to this admin table showing all the users on your platform. So users, like I said earlier, are the accounts people can use to interact with your platform. Each one by default has 3 attributes that come out of the box. 1 is the avatar, 2 is the display name, and 3 is the email. In addition to that, every user in Tangram must have a role associated with it. And we're going to make a video on what a role is in the future. But for now, all you need to know is that a role is basically a type of user. So if I click these 3 dots on the admin table, I'm given a few actions. The most important one is manage. And what this will allow me to do as an admin is view and modify the information associated with this user. So on this test platform, I have display name, email, phone number, address, and an about field set up. And then I have on the right side here, as you can see, the metadata information. So it tells us when the user signed up, when they last signed in, the IP address they signed in from, where they're located based on geolocation of the address field, and their Stripe account ID if they have one. At the top here, there are also actions you can take as an administrator. So these will vary depending on the specifics of your platform and how it's set up. But by default, you always will have a login button, an override fees button, a new review button, and a ban button. And if I ban this user, it will turn to a delete button. Banning a user makes it so that their ability to interact with your platform is limited. So if I ban this user, it will tell me this user is currently banned. And if this user logs in, they'll be limited in what they can do. For example, new listings they create won't be visible to other users until they're unbanned. I can also delete their account, which will permanently delete them, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'll reapprove them so they won't be banned anymore. From this edit user page, I can also go to manage listings if listings are enabled for this user, or manage invoices if invoices are enabled, which they are in this case. Any other types of data structures that are set up, you can manage from this page if they're connected to the user. You can also manage users' availability by clicking the Manage Availability button, which will let you set when the user is available or see if you're interested in that. As an admin, sometimes you may also want to edit the user's slug, which is the string in the URL when you access their profile. It's like the primary ID of the user. In addition to that, the change password functionality will work if you're an admin, but generally you don't want to be changing your users' passwords unless you're giving them to them manually. If I click the Login As button, I'll be able to see what the platform will look like from this user's perspective. But in this case, I can't actually do that because I'm logged into a test platform. Finally, if I go back to this dots menu, some of the same options as that other menu, just for quicker access. I have Login As and Ban. I can export the user CSV to get all my user data exported. I can also do batch operations by clicking on rows in this table and clicking modify. And then I can type approve if I want to approve all these users, or delete if I want to quickly delete them all. This functionality is only available to you as an admin. If I view the user's profile, it will bring me to the view profile page for the platform I'm on. So in this case, this is just the Tangram default profile because I don't have a custom front end set up. And on here, it shows, basic information about the user, their location, their name, just avatar, about, and then their listings. So just the test data that they have set up. And then one last thing I'll show is just quickly managing the listings for this user, for example, because I just showed them on the profile. As you can see, these are the same listings that were on Avery's profile before. And if I click edit, I can edit these as if I was the user who owned them. The next video in the series is going to go more in depth on listings, so I'm going to pause it here and we'll go on to the next one.